Ladies and gentlemen, whether you live in an Armani house, Gucci mansion, or Ritz-Carlton apartments, branded residences is a global long-term trend. And sure, it's convenient, it's serviced, brings some unique set of design services, brand heritage into the development, and that's what brochures of projects promise. But what if not? What if some projects are empty collaborations and branding adds no value but adds a lot of the price? Why some of the projects already lost 30 to 40% of the initial cost after they were handed over? I will give you a brief idea how to classify and understand branded projects market, and we will talk how not to find yourself among investors of empty collaborations, and I will also share a simple frame how to instantly understand if project is worth the branded premium or not. And in the end, I will share my personal top 3 projects in Dubai as per June 2024. But wait, don't be confused by the fact that I'm talking about Dubai. All these points are applicable to any branded project in any city, and I'm using Dubai market as an example. First, let me tell you where my opinion stems from. It's my relevant background, 10 years as CEO of investment group. I know how companies and businesses are evaluated, bought, sold, experience in development as head of a project for building a new city for 300,000 new residents. And I was a part of a team that built another city. 2 years in Dubai real estate market, focusing on branded and high-end properties, buying, selling all range of them for my clients and some of Forbes list names. And currently I work with Provident Real Estate Brokerage, one of the biggest real estate agencies in Middle East based in Dubai. In real estate, I'm mostly focusing on branded projects, and having invested more than 200 hours in it, I figured out a simple framework for evaluating branded projects. With this settled, let's look at branded projects market. Currently, Dubai has the biggest number of branded residences being launched and delivered, and it's also the best performing real estate market right now. So I will use Dubai as an example. And as I said, it's applicable to any other market. Currently, branded residences have a share of 12 to 15% on real estate market in Dubai and rapidly growing. Developers found a cash cow, a selling point, and in some cases they even attach a brand when a project is not selling well as to boost the sales. In this case, what is the added value we can speak about? Just a new wrap for an old candy. And what happens when branded residences share reaches 35 or 40% in recent years? Every third or even second building in any area might be branded. I'll tell you what will happen. Same thing that happens to any exclusive product that turns into mass product. It's inflation, and it loses the premium allure in eyes of customers. And just a name on facade is not a selling point anymore. And now, after 3 years from your purchase, you are left on the market with an apartment that was 25 to 40% higher in price because of brand. And now on secondary market, no one wants to buy this, to pay this extra for just a badge. That's a point where investors and their brokers will learn important and very expensive lesson. Just sticking a badge to a building will have no value on secondary market, and people will not pay this 20 to 40% extra premium when they will not see actual value and quality added to development. When developers initially sell the properties, they sell name, pictures, but when it comes to project handover, the actual market price will be determined by quality of execution and clear understanding what the brand has to bring to the project besides the name. And that's the point why 70% of all branded projects will be a loss of money, and we will see the price depreciation compared to initial price. Now, how to evaluate projects, and what is the main question to ask the developer? In my opinion, quality of branded project consists of 2 parts. First, a strong concept. It's what architect or brand adds to the project. And second is the high level of execution. This part is on contractor. His hand who will do the work. And as to understand the strength of concept or added value, you need to ask this simple question, and now be attentive. If I buy this project, I wake up in the apartment in the morning, I open my eyes, and from this moment until I go back to bed in the evening, what is the everyday experience, feelings, service that I get from, put in any brand's name, in this project? Does anything change if I just remove the name? Does project look, work, feel the same way? This is the point where you can understand the real brand extension on the project, its penetration throughout the resident's everyday experience and influence on his life. Second important part of any project is execution. Believe me, whose hands will do the work is 50% of its success. There are examples, just don't want to give you any names, when bad execution resulted in clients' frustration and property depreciation, when reality and pictures had significant difference. And that's why contractor, for me, is even more important than actual developer's name. For example, if I see H&H or DCC or several other contractors that are involved in the project, I'm confident that the execution will be on the highest level. So 80% of project strength is strong concept plus execution. But one more point can ruin everything, and it's location. And it's not about the pin on the map. There is a famous project in Dubai, one of the first branded hotel and residential buildings that depreciated by 40% by now, because every building around it is very affordable, and let's say it's 11 times lower in price than this branded project. And there is no community for the property owners of branded projects. It might sound evident now, but when the project was initially started, not every customer knew who will be their neighbors. To avoid this, we can look at a master plan of development area and a set of developers, or who is a master developer of area, and that will tell us what they will build. Will it make prices grow or depreciate? Now let's talk about classification of branded projects. I personally do not see any added value in fashion brands, automobile brands, restaurants, or other brands' collaborations with developers. I'm sorry for that. And since I don't want to accidentally insult anyone, I will talk only about good examples as per my humble opinion. I will give examples of good, perfect, and extraordinary projects, again as per my opinion. And the last two of them are my personal favorites. So let's go. Three main groups of valuable branded projects we will cover. They are hospitality brands, furnishing and interior design brands, and architects or designers brands. Common and good example is a hospitality brand attached to a residential or mixed-use building. Here we clearly see added value. A brand with a history of catering excellent service will bring these standards to a residential project and add experience of a five-star hotel to residents' life. List of projects is vast. It's addressed by Emaar, let's say the most well-known and demanded hospitality brand in Dubai. But here we see a slight twist in brand management and brand use in recent years. So be aware, best performing Address projects are the mixed-use buildings where they have hotel and residences. Address JBR, Address Boulevard, Address Creek Harbor, etc. They have hotel-class amenities, beautiful lobbies, high-end cafes and restaurants, and you get exceptional service. Instead of amenities like gym, pool, spa, restaurants, a la carte services, apartments are delivered fully furnished, equipped with even sleeping sets and kitchen cutlery. You would need your suitcase and slippers only. But last year, in my opinion, Emaar is doing a mistake in brand management. Emaar started to launch residential-only projects where project is branded by Address or Palace, it's another brand by Emaar, and set of perks you get differs in different projects. All of them that don't have hotel in the same building are stripped of hotel-class amenities. Also, service is not an option. Furthermore, some Address buildings don't have furnishing, and in some projects they started using description designed by Address or designed by Palace. Dear respected colleagues should keep in mind that a hospitality brand cannot be stretched to be a design brand in just one written sentence. Hospitality brands are hiring designers and architects for all their projects. Designed by Armani, designed by Cavalli, by Ralph Lauren, etc. is understandable, but designed by Address or Marriott or Kempinski is not. It doesn't exist. So we take a building and strip it of services, furnishing, amenities, set of vendors and F&B operators. What is left? Only name. And the most amazing part, price will not suffer much from dramatic changes and will not be comparable to ordinary buildings. A solution in this case could be in creating one more brand, which will be associated with residential-only buildings with a set of perks like big layouts, premium amenities, and furnishings, but not with a hotel. But in general, Address residences are probably the most demanded in Dubai and are sold out in minutes. I personally lived in several residences and live now, and hospitality brand is almost always a good example of branded project. Some other examples of great value. Six Senses by Select Group on Palm Jumeirah. Set of services for residents will really give a feeling of resort living. Omniat projects managed by Dorchester. Prime locations in Palm Jumeirah make the project really unique and worth attention. One of the latest projects is designed by renowned Foster's and Partners architects. So we have two strong brands involved in creation of one project. Ritz-Carlton Residences. Excellent execution will be delivered by MAG Developer, one of the best in terms of quality. And I have no questions to the concept, to the brand name. First time when 4,000 square meters of villas with private yacht parking, branded by Ritz-Carlton, will be introduced to the market at starting price of only $75 million. And the last example in this group is just amazing. Baccarat Hotel and Residences in downtown Dubai, which I see as an exceptional project. Baccarat as a brand was founded by Ludovic XVI. It's the only brand founded by monarch himself and was always associated with the most luxurious interiors. Famous crystal chandeliers worth 50,000 euros per piece, barware and dining of the highest quality in the world, associated with royal families and old money. They opened the first hotel and project in the most competitive market in the world in New York, and it instantly became top 3 hotel in the Big Apple. Voted best bar is also there, the Baccarat Bar. Now same management company will manage project in Dubai, and I have no doubt that it will be a super hit. Starting prices for fully furnished and equipped apartments in Service Tower were $5 million for 2-bedroom units, 230 square meters. And the most expensive price per square foot, duplex penthouse, is also still there in this project with the amazing value. $47 million only will get you this trophy unit. My contact can be found under this video. To sum up the first group of projects, a hospitality brand is almost always a good idea. Just make sure that the hospitality service is there. So next category is furnishing and interior design brands. In this group I would point out 2 projects: Armani Residences project by Arada in Palm Jumeirah and Mira Villas by Bentley Interiors. Maestro Armani is known in the fashion world as a champion in terms of attention he pays to details and atmosphere he can create for the project where he is involved. As I said, I don't believe in fashion brands collaborations, but in this case the brand has an extension to a furnishing brand called Armani Casa and a hospitality brand, Armani Hotels. So in this case, Armani brings experience of creating interiors, furnishing and hospitality services on the table when they are creating residential project. And the architect of the project is a legend. Mira Villas by Bentley. I also said that car production brands involved in development don't have any value for me. What do they add to everyday experience? Engine oil coming from a tap or sport exhaust sound in your bedroom? But in this case, the project is furnished by Bentley and it's not direct stretching of car brand to development. There is a furnishing extension of brand that connects this brand's heritage to habitat. And this brand and furnishing is associated with royal families, old money and luxury. Reasonably priced, these villas bring value when you are looking for gated, serviced villas community in Dubai. Fendi Casa is used in Canal Casa project by AHS. It's a Dubai's Billionaires Row, Dubai Water Canal, where the most expensive projects are being constructed and delivered, such as Four Seasons private residences, Mr. C by Cipriani and so on. Interior brands are good for adding selling points to the project, as well as appliances brands like Miele, Gaggenau, etc. But I don't consider this project to be named branded. It's something that could be bought separately and added to any interiors, but not a brand extension and involvement into development itself. And finally, my personal favorite project in the category of architects, designers, brands, collaborations. I personally think that architects or big names in design can bring the biggest value to the project. They create masterpieces, they have the biggest expertise in creating living spaces. They can supervise all the stages of project and deny in using their name as authors if their supervision is not part of contract. Involvement of big name from the best architects companies can guarantee excellence in every dimension of project. And every project biggest architects create becomes a landmark building and a touristic destination. As an example, the only building in Middle East fully designed by Zaha Hadid Architects, Opus by Omniat. It's truly a landmark for the area where it sits, Business Bay, and for the whole Dubai. And among new developments, there is one project which I absolutely love, and it has been fully created and now supervised by Fosters and Partners. A unique location, literally 5 minutes to the downtown, 5 minutes to DIFC, 5 minutes to the beach resorts, walking distance to 4 schools with top ratings in Dubai, and this is Dubai's Billionaire Row. Plus unique concept. All the conveniences of serviced apartments are combined with all the comfort of living in a villa. The Rings project is really a landmark and future touristic attractor. Its unique design will attract a lot of attention, but what is nested inside amazes even more. And I will do a separate video about this project because it deserves separate attention. From investment perspective, I see this project absolute winner in the area. With a price per square foot at around 6,300 dirhams per square foot, it has 11 to 12,000 per square foot neighboring buildings, but this project will bring way more value when it's completed than anything else alike in Dubai. And at that point, price will at least catch up with the neighboring buildings, which means 70 to 80% increase in price. So now we return to the only questions that you need to ask to understand the project. What is there in brand and developer collaboration that brings added value to end user and everyday experience? The main frame that should give you a first basic impression to consider the project or not, regardless what is the name on the facade. I've made a catalog of best branded projects for your convenience. It's free for downloading via the link in the description. But if you will need assistance with any branded projects in Dubai, my contacts are also in the description below, and I'll be glad to chat and to pick the best fit for you. And if you're wondering if it's the right time to buy properties in Dubai or not, where the market is and where it's going, check this video and let me know if you need any assistance.